Most seniors assume a fuller face, drooping cheeks, or lingering puffiness are just part of getting older. But what if that is not the whole story? A large study from the Kyoto Institute of Facial Science, conducted on more than 8,000 adults over 60, found that over 50% of visible facial widening comes not from fat gain, but from weakening facial muscles and stagnant lymph flow. And those are changes seniors can influence with simple, gentle exercises done at home. So, in today's episode of the Senior Health Podcast, Japan's oldest doctor is demonstrating you the 5 best face slimming exercises that will tighten, lift, and reshape the face instantly in just minutes a day. In fact, he is sitting across from me now. Doctor, what can we expect from this episode? This episode is a powerful breakthrough for seniors. John, I will guide everyone through 5 proven facial techniques that restore muscle tone, boost circulation, and dissolve the hidden tension that makes the face look heavier with age. These movements come from decades of clinical experience, and with the clear demonstrations we prepared, seniors will learn the exact routine that has helped thousands achieve a slimmer, more defined appearance. I already love where this is going. I saw a recent study from Osaka College of Rehabilitation showing that seniors who practice these structured facial exercises for just 1 minute a day saw measurable reductions in cheek width and jaw puffiness within 3 weeks. It is incredible how the face responds when you finally activate the muscles that aging slowly turns off. I almost couldn't believe it myself. So much can change in someone's confidence if they simply understood how their face is built to support them. But before we begin, I want to hear how everyone has experienced these changes themselves. Please leave a 1 in the comments if you've started to notice your cheeks looking fuller, your jawline softer, or your overall face appearing wider with age. And leave a 2 if you haven't seen those changes yet, but want to stay ahead of them. It helps us understand where everyone is beginning, and it reminds seniors that these shifts are far more common than they think. I remember noticing some of these changes myself earlier than I expected myself. So, let's keep going. What is the first face slimming insight everyone needs to understand today? Before we dive into the first exercise, John, we need to understand the shift that makes these techniques so effective. When seniors notice their faces looking wider or heavier, it is almost never sudden. It begins as the deeper facial muscles lose some of their elasticity and can no longer hold the contours they once supported. As that net softens, the cheeks drift outward and downward, creating a fuller look that has little to do with weight and everything to do with these quiet structural changes. That explanation already brings so much clarity. Doctor, many seniors think something is wrong with them when really the structure underneath is simply changing with time. Exactly. And muscle tone is only one part of the story. Circulation gradually slows with age, which means the face holds on to more fluid and tension than it should. This creates a soft puffiness along the jawline and adds width through the cheeks and lower face. I find that most older adults do not realize these shifts are happening until they look back at an old photo and see how much definition has faded. I hear that all the time. Seniors suddenly noticing a roundness or heaviness they never had before, even though their weight hasn't changed at all. Of course, and that is why this topic is so important. Once seniors understand the real cause, they finally see that their face is not getting bigger. It is responding to patterns they can influence. The face is remarkably trainable, and with the right guidance, it can regain tone and definition much faster than most expect. And there is one core principle behind facial slimming that nearly everyone overlooks. It is the reason these 5 exercises work so quickly, and it tends to surprise even longtime clinicians. That makes me curious, Doctor. What is this principle that ties everything together and gives seniors such a powerful starting point? The key here is that facial slimming begins long before any visible change. The muscles beneath the skin behave like soft clay, and when they are underused, they lose their definition in slow, almost invisible ways. These muscles guide the contours of the cheeks and the jawline. So even slight weakening can make the entire face appear broader. When seniors learn how to wake these muscles gently, the shape of the face responds far more quickly than they expect. I can feel that already, Doctor. It makes the whole process seem less mysterious and much more within reach. Yes. And what helps is remembering that these muscles do far more than move our expressions. They pump circulation upward. They support the lymphatic pathways that prevent puffiness, and they keep the cheeks lifted instead of drifting outward. When seniors lose that steady activation, the lower face begins to hold tension, while the upper areas flatten, creating that heavier look many describe. Restoring tone is not cosmetic. It is structural renewal. That makes so much sense, and it explains why even small, repeated movements can change the way someone looks and feels. John, facial muscles respond rapidly to intentional movement. Even one focused minute can wake up circulation and tighten the deeper layers that shape the face. When seniors see this, they regain confidence because the face is not fixed, and it will adapt. And this brings us directly to the first exercise. There is one idea that makes it work so quickly, and seniors will feel the difference almost immediately. That makes me curious, doctor. What is that idea and how does it shape the way seniors begin this first face slimming exercise? Please, everyone join us. Well, this first exercise works because it directly retrains the orbicularis, oris, and surrounding cheek muscles, which act like a tightening ring at the center of the face. With age, these muscles lose neuromuscular signaling and remain partially inactive, allowing the cheeks to spread outward instead of drawing inward. By restoring the full contraction and release, the face begins slimming from the center rather than being pulled downward by gravity. That helps explain why the change feels deeper than just surface movement. Let's begin very simply. Seniors open the mouth wide as if forming a gentle O. Hold for 2 seconds, then slowly bring the lips together into a small, relaxed position for 2 seconds. This open and close cycle is repeated 10 times, once or twice a day. The movement should stay smooth and controlled, never forced. I like that it sounds approachable, not strenuous. There is important science behind this rhythm. The 2-second hold allows muscle fibers to fully recruit while the release encourages fresh blood flow and lymphatic drainage through the cheeks. Over time, this improves tone, reduces fluid stagnation, and signals the brain to reestablish control over muscles that have gone quiet with age. That makes it feel purposeful, not just cosmetic. I recommend doing this exercise while seated upright or standing in front of a mirror, especially in the morning or early evening. Within days, many seniors notice warmth or light tingling in the cheeks, which is a sign circulation is returning. After 2 weeks, the face often rests in a more compact, lifted position without conscious effort. That kind of feedback keeps people motivated, and it is essential that seniors learn this first movement correctly. Every exercise that follows builds on this same inward lifting principle. Once the face remembers how to draw toward its center, the next technique will extend that slimming effect in a new direction. So where does the next exercise focus, and how does it expand on what this one activates? This second exercise builds directly on the first by changing the direction of muscle engagement. Instead of drawing the face inward, it lengthens and then compacts the lower facial muscles, which is essential for seniors who notice heaviness around the mouth or chin. Medically, it targets the orbicularis or mentalis and basin muscles, which help determine how long or compact the lower face appears. When these muscles weaken or lose coordination, the face begins to look longer and less defined. That explains why so many seniors feel their faces slowly stretching downward over time. Exactly. To begin, seniors shape the lips into a long vertical oval, almost like a tall O, gently lifting the upper lip and lowering the bottom lip. This elongated position is held for about 1 second, just long enough to activate the muscle fibers. Then the lips are slowly drawn inward into a small, compact O, as if softly blowing a kiss, and held briefly before transitioning again. It sounds subtle, but I imagine the muscles feel it quickly. They do, and that is the point. The movement should be smooth and controlled, never rushed, with the jaws staying relaxed and steady. As seniors move from long to small, they often feel a gentle pull through the chin and lower cheeks. That sensation reflects improved neuromuscular coordination and increased circulation in areas that tend to sag first with age. That makes it feel purposeful, not just like facial stretching. This exercise is done continuously for 60 seconds once a day. precision matters more than speed. Over time, the repeated lengthening and compacting helps lift the midface, sharpen the jawline, and reduce fluid retention that can make the lower face appear heavier. Many seniors notice their chin line looking smoother and more defined within a few weeks. It's encouraging that such a small movement can influence the whole lower face. Yes, and once these muscles begin working together again, the face feels lighter, not tense. That is an important sign that the exercise is being done correctly. And now that the muscles are activated and circulation is flowing, we are ready for a technique that works from the outside in using gentle touch rather than movement alone. That makes me curious, doctor. How does the next exercise use touch to continue this slimming effect without straining the face? Yes, John. This next exercise addresses something many seniors do not realize they carry every day, which is deep tension in the masseter muscles and stagnant fluid in the cheeks. When those jaw muscles stay tight and lymph flow slows, the face begins to look fuller and heavier even without weight gain. Over time, that congestion creates puffiness that no cream can reach. That really resonates. I see seniors who feel swollen in the face even when the rest of their body hasn't changed. Exactly. This is where gentle cheek pinch circles become powerful. Using clean fingers, seniors softly pinch the cheek tissue between the thumb and fingers, never squeezing hard, and make slow circular motions. Medically, this kind of stimulation helps relax the masseter muscle while encouraging lymphatic drainage, which reduces inflammation and moves excess fluid away from the face. It sounds calming rather than aggressive, which is reassuring. It should feel soothing, almost like melting tension away. I often saw this with patients who came in feeling their face look tired or bloated. After just a minute of gentle circular pinching on each cheek, their skin tone looked brighter and the jaw felt lighter. One older woman once told me it felt as if her face finally exhaled after years of holding stress. That image really stays with you, doesn't it? Yes? Because the face reflects emotional and physical strain, more than we realize. Seniors should perform these circles slowly for about 60 seconds, focusing on areas that feel dense or tender. The goal is not pressure, but movement. When done daily, this helps soften bulky areas, define the cheek line, and restore natural contour without forcing the muscles. It feels like this exercise works from the inside out. That is exactly right. Once the cheeks are relaxed and fluid begins to move freely again, the face becomes far more responsive to the next technique, and the next movement works even deeper. Using a muscle most seniors never think about, yet use constantly throughout the day. Now you have my attention, doctor. What is this hidden muscle, and how does the next exercise help slim the face further? The fourth exercise works from the inside of the face outward, using the tongue to activate deep muscles that most seniors never consciously engage. The tongue is connected to muscles that influence the cheeks, jawline, snorts, and even the posture of the neck. When it moves with intention, it gently lifts the midface and helps redefine the lower facial contour from within. That's fascinating. It's hard to imagine something so hidden having that much influence. It surprises many seniors. To begin, the mouth stays closed and relaxed while the tongue slowly traces a full circle along the inside of the lips and teeth. This motion should be unhurried and paired with calm breathing through the nose. Medically, this engages deep, stabilizing muscles and improves coordination between the tongue, jaw, and cheeks, which supports natural lift and balance. I can see how rushing it might defeat the purpose. Exactly. The most common mistake seniors make is moving too fast or tensing the jaw. The jaw should remain soft and the movement should feel smooth, almost meditative. I often tell patients to imagine stirring warm tea with a spoon slowly and evenly so the liquid never spills. That image helps them keep the motion controlled and gentle. That's such a comforting way to picture it. This exercise is done for about 30 seconds in one direction, then 30 seconds in the opposite direction. Over time, it improves muscle tone, reduces jaw stiffness, and helps the cheeks appear subtly lifted. Many seniors notice their face feels more awake afterward, as if circulation has quietly returned to places that had gone dormant. It sounds like it brings awareness back to the whole lower face. Yes, awareness is healing. Once the tongue and jaw are working together again, the face feels lighter and more coordinated. And from there, we move to the final exercise, which supports everything we have done so far by addressing posture and blood flow beyond the face itself. That makes me curious, doctor. How does the final movement outside the face help lock in these slimming results? Yes, John. This final exercise often surprises seniors because it does not involve the face at all. Yet, it may be one of the most important. When the shoulders round forward and the neck stays tense, lymphatic flow from the face slows down. Fluid lingers, circulation dulls, and the face begins to look fuller even when nothing else has changed. That connects so many dots. I see posture issues constantly, but I never thought of them showing up in the face. They do very clearly. To begin, seniors gently roll the shoulders in slow circles, first backward, then forward, while keeping the breath steady and deep. This releases tightness in the trapezius and neck muscles, which frees the natural drainage pathways that carry fluid away from the cheeks and jaw. Medically, it improves venous return and lymph flow, and visually, it often softens facial puffiness within minutes. It feels like it's giving the face an exit route instead of trapping everything above the collarbones. That is a perfect way to describe it. I have seen seniors who focused only on their face exercises plateau until we added this step. Once the shoulders softened, the face finally responded. Do this for about 1 minute slowly and comfortably. And notice how the neck feels longer and the face lighter. It almost sounds like a quiet reset for the whole upper body. Exactly. Aging does not happen in isolated parts. When the shoulders relax, the face follows. And when seniors feel that release, they often realize how much tension they have been carrying without noticing. This is where everything begins to come together. That brings us to the bigger picture, doesn't it? Yes, it does, John. When these 5 techniques are done in sequence, they support one another rather than competing for effort. The muscles wake up, circulation improves, drainage clears, and tension lets go layer by layer. Seniors do not feel rushed or overwhelmed. They feel guided. That sense of flow really matters, especially for staying consistent. It does. This routine takes only a few minutes, yet it respects the body's pace. I tell seniors to think of it as a daily conversation with their face, rather than a task to complete. Over time, motivation grows because the results feel earned and gentle, not forced. That framing feels incredibly empowering. And there is one final insight that helps seniors keep this practice for life. Not just for appearance, but for how they feel each time they look in the mirror. It is a way of approaching aging that changes more than the face. Now, I really want to hear that. What is the one thing that helps seniors make this routine part of who they are, not just something they try for a week? I think that the difference here is intention and not intensity. Seniors who keep these routines do not chase quick change. They treat these few minutes as a daily act of respect for their bodies. When the movement feels kind instead of corrective, the habit stays that really lands. It feels less like fixing something and more like caring for something that has carried you for decades. Exactly. I have watched seniors stay consistent not because they were strict, but because the routine gave them a sense of calm and control. They noticed their face felt lighter, their jaw less tense, and their posture more open. That feeling became the reward. Not the mirror alone, but the quiet comfort afterward. There's something reassuring about that. It takes the pressure off and replaces it with presence. And I think this is a good moment to capture everything we have discussed today and end the episode. Please, if you are still here with us, press that thumbs up button so that you like the video. Oh, and watch this next video right now. Yes, please. We've picked this one especially for you.